Okay, so day 3. And tomorrow will be day 4, so on and so forth. I just wanted to knock these out. Today wasn't a very long training. He did talk about no hats, big hats, right? Hilarious. And leads and different things. And so he changed the no hats to little hats. Because, I mean, we all have some kind of influence. Um, and the way you live your life, right? You're in this type of business, in social retail, network marketing, MLM, you are either rewarded or punished for the life you lived beforehand. Okay? So what that means is, if you are outgoing, energetic, you had a large following, you were able to really pull people in, then your scope of influence is going to be pretty huge online, right? Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, what's another one? Twitter, Pinterest. Like, your scope of influence is going to be pretty huge. Snapchat. So many of them out here now, okay? If you were an introvert and really didn't give two damns about anybody else but yourself, if you weren't very social, if you really didn't get involved in different things, once you get involved in something like a social retail, MLM, network marketing, or whatever, your scope of influence is not going to be as large because you hadn't put yourself out there. Some people they're not comfortable networking, right? So what I love about the company I chose is you don't ever have to talk to anybody, really. You really don't. Now, realistically, you would want to, but that's not something you have. They've set things up in such a way where there are no home parties, okay? There are no meetings that last till 10, 11 o'clock at night. You don't have to try to convince anybody of anything. You can actually literally put them in a group and reach out to them and say, what did you think? Like, literally, like, you understand what I'm saying? And then so in this training, what we're learning to do is have people reach out to us. We don't want to be spammers, and we don't want to have commission breath. Okay, we don't want to have that. We don't want to we don't want to give them the feeling that we're desperate, okay? But you have to really figure or put into play how you conducted yourself before you started a business. All right. So big hat, little hat, basically. Big hat, you have a big scope of influence. Little hat, you don't have a very large scope of influence, which is okay, because the reason he's teaching us to market the way we do is to build our scope of influence, to have people reach out to us so that we can talk to them more about what it is we do or what we have, right? So today he put a quote up, and the quote was, they aren't a standing army, they're a moving parade. And I forgot the gentleman's name. I didn't write it down. Basically what that means is everybody and their grandmother does not know what you're doing. They may follow you online, but they're not standing at attention waiting for you to drop your next nugget or watching everything you say. And if you've been keeping up with Facebook at all, the algorithms right now are crazy. So you can post something today and it won't get any traction until 48 to 72 hours from now, because the way it was explained to us is, it's like, okay, Atlanta, 7 lanes of traffic, and it's absolutely crazy. It's pretty much the same. Facebook has grown to such a monster that everything you post is not seen by everybody on your Facebook wall. So there are certain things that we have to do to ensure that we are seen. But that's whole nother train. We hadn't gotten into that. But anyway, today he said, also some people, you figure out what works, and it's been working, right? It's been working. And then somebody else comes along and says, that works, but let's enhance it and do this, and this is better. And then you do what they say do. It doesn't work as well. And then you forget what you have been doing that was working before. So what I got from that today is stick with what works until it doesn't work anymore. That's what I got from today's training, or part of it. Don't try to convince people above you who are not doing what you're learning. Don't try to convince them of anything. He said to show them. Don't try to convince your upline. Show them. Okay. And this is what he said that really resonated too, hugely. Those of you MLM network marketers, you're going to understand. Those of you who've not gotten into the business yet, listen to what I'm saying. A lot of times in a lot of companies, unless you're making your upline money, they're not going to listen to anything you have to say. And it's sad, but it's the truth. Okay. That's not the environment I want to be in. That's why I chose the company I chose, because my upline, they contact me personally. We talk all the time. Even the upline to my upline, my millionaire earners, like we can literally talk to them. I can message him and his wife and they will message me right back. Start a conversation, whatever needs to happen. They're not all about, if you're not making me money, I'm not going to sit down with you. If you're not, we are all in the trenches together. And I have never had such a sense of community before. So anyway, back to the training. What's a lead? So in this, the purposes of the training we're doing, a lead is someone who reaches out to you personally in your inbox. Okay? That person reaches out to you in your inbox. Hey, I want the information that was given. Boom. Then you talk to them. Right? Send them the information that you promised to send and you talk to them. What'd he say? Oh, another thing he talked about today was we have to show our reps a way to duplicate what it is we do. Everybody can't be a master. So show them or point them in the direction that they can point someone who comes to them with the same question. Learn how to leverage our time is huge as well. And I believe that is pretty much it for today. Day 3 was not as long as day 1, or day 1 or 2. If you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I promise you I will get to them. If you want to know what company I'm in, if you want to know some different ways you can bring in some multiple streams of income for you and your family, drop me a comment. I will be more than happy to answer you, okay? I want y'all to have a great, what is today? Is today Thursday? Have a great Thursday.